I held him within 5 minutes of being born. I had wondered beforehand if I would feel an immediate bond, or if the love for a newborn could really hit as fast as they say. I even joked to Lauren, what if I liked the dogs more than him? But the moment Eric arrived, all doubts dissolved. There was no comparison, no hesitation, just a quiet, overwhelming rush of love that anchored me instantly. He was a tiny, fragile presence, yet in those first moments he already demanded your full attention, your complete heart. That first encounter changed me. In his tiny hands, I found a depth of emotion I had never known existed. The transformation of Simon Cowell. For decades, Simon Cowell built a reputation as television's uncompromising gatekeeper, a man whose blunt remarks could make or break careers. From American Idol to Britain's Got Talent, audiences expected the arched eyebrow, the piercing critique, the confident, unshakable persona. Yet fatherhood introduced an unexpected shift in Simon's life. Those familiar traits remained, but a softness began to appear in moments that mattered most, particularly when children were involved. A song, a heartfelt performance, or a simple story about family could stir something deeper in him, revealing a tenderness that few had glimpsed before. The impact of fatherhood. The birth of Eric in February 2014 marked a profound turning point. Simon had always been private, even guarded about his personal life, but holding his son changed everything. The world he had spent years mastering, the relentless demands of television, fame, and critique, suddenly faded into the background. In the quiet of a hospital room, far from flashing cameras and headlines, Simon discovered a vulnerability he had never expected to experience. Naming his son after his own father, Eric Cowell Sr., was not merely a tribute. It was a bridge between generations, a quiet gesture of love and continuity that spoke volumes without words. Choosing privacy and presence. Simon's approach to fatherhood has always been deliberate. Unlike his public persona, he has shielded Eric from the spotlight, carefully crafting moments of normalcy for his son. There are glimpses, a hand held at a fundraiser, a shared laugh backstage, but these are rare and intentional. Simon prioritizes presence over publicity, a shift that has become increasingly evident as he has aged. His focus has quietly turned inward, toward home, toward nurturing, and toward building a bond that transcends fame. Early lessons in resilience. To understand the man Simon has become, it helps to look back at the life that shaped him. Born on October 7, 1959 in Lambeth, London, Simon Philip Cowell grew up with privilege, yet with pressures that often outweighed comfort. School was challenging. He struggled to fit into systems that felt rigid and unyielding. At Radlett Preparatory School and later at Dover College, he often clashed with authority, expressing frustration through pranks and small acts of rebellion. These early experiences taught Simon resilience, patience, and an understanding that success was not given. It had to be claimed, carefully and deliberately. The early career path. After leaving school, Simon hopped between jobs, from working on Stanley Kubrick's The Shining set to a stint in estate management, before entering the music industry through EMI, thanks to his father's support. These early roles were far from glamorous, but they offered a front-row seat to the mechanics of the music business, how artists were nurtured, how deals were made, and how to listen before speaking. By the early 1980s, Simon had begun carving a career path that would eventually change entertainment forever, co-founding Fanfare Records and building early successes with pop hits. These experiences reinforced a core truth. Setbacks are temporary, but persistence endures. Fatherhood's quiet influence. Over time, those early lessons of patience and endurance would mirror Simon's approach to raising Eric. Becoming a father gave him a sense of purpose that fame alone could not provide. While his television career continues, Simon now measures success differently. Instead of chasing headlines or ratings, he focuses on creating memories, maintaining stability, and fostering emotional connection. The love he feels for his son reshapes his priorities, guiding him to step back when necessary, to slow down, and to recognize what matters most in life. Slowing down without losing purpose. By his early 60s, Simon's pace has naturally changed. The high-intensity whirlwind of global fame has softened, replaced by deliberate choices, spending Fridays at home, attending school events, and simply being present for Eric. His Malibu accident in 2020, which forced him into rest for several months, created a pause that Simon used to reflect on what truly matters. He didn't leave the industry, he didn't retire, but he reprioritized, placing family and personal well-being above every external expectation. The subtle shifts in public life fans and observers have noticed Simon's transformation. He appears calmer, more grounded, less reactive. Television appearances are more selective, interviews are thoughtful, and the intensity that once defined him now exists alongside gentleness and patience. When asked about legacy, Simon doesn't cite fame or career milestones. He speaks simply of wanting Eric to be proud. This is not a public relations statement. It is the truth of a father who has learned that impact is measured not in applause, but in presence and care. The man behind the icon. What makes Simon's story compelling is not just his career or reputation, but the human depth that has emerged through fatherhood. Early life challenges, career setbacks, and the relentless glare of public attention could have hardened him permanently. Instead, Simon has allowed vulnerability to coexist with authority, tenderness to temper critique, and family to guide decisions that once would have been purely strategic. The man who once seemed unshakable now demonstrates the quiet courage it takes to prioritize love over legacy. A life rebalanced today, Simon Cowell continues to be a force in entertainment, but with a recalibrated sense of purpose. He teaches us that success can evolve, that strength can take the form of gentleness, and that the most profound changes often happen behind closed doors. His story reminds us that parenthood transforms in ways fame never can, and that the greatest achievements sometimes occur in private spaces: a shared laugh, a bedtime story, a hand held through the unknown. Legacy redefined. Simon's journey illustrates a shift from the spectacle of achievement to the substance of care. Fame will always remember him as the sharp-tongued judge, the gatekeeper of talent, and a master of entertainment. Yet the truest story lies in his devotion to Eric, the everyday moments, the quiet protection, the love that doesn't seek validation. This is a legacy not measured in television ratings or record deals, but in the capacity to love, to prioritize family, and to grow as a human being long after the cameras have gone dark. Conclusion: love and presence. Simon Cowell's transformation is a reminder that life's most profound changes are rarely publicized. Behind the iconic persona is a father who holds his son's hand with intention, who values presence over applause, and who understands that love is not about control, but about nurturing, protecting, and simply being there. In the quiet moments away from the spotlight, Simon has discovered a truth that fame could never teach. The greatest power is the ability to slow down, to care deeply, and to live a life shaped not by headlines, but by love.